Hi guys, my last video I had the camera angle all wonky, so I'm going to try another one here. Hopefully I'm holding it right. This is my guinea pig cage. It is 4 foot by 5 foot. It is made out of closet organizer shelves, and I use the larger grids on here because it's not meant to keep them in. It's just more to make a shelter. And have one higher side here because my dog does come in here a little bit. The closet organizer shelves are just your standard shelves that you would find in your home. We chose to make the cage out of this because it was things I had in my home. Most of the stuff in this cage we have a tarp on the floor, and that is our base. As well as, these guys are so nosy, foam mats, and then I have some cloth material here to help soak up whatever comes through the fleece. The fleece is my flooring of choice. It seems to keep the cage fairly clean. It prevents it from getting very smelly. Plus the blankets are very reusable. You can get them at a thrift store for about $3 a piece. It takes 2 fleece blankets to fill my cage. As you can tell, we kind of have random colors happening here. We also use kitty litter boxes. These have been my favorite for a litter box. I really, really like them. All of the hay and the poop goes in there because I find that they poop where they eat. They also poop where they sleep. So I have folded up little blankets here underneath their hidey. And this here, they're all gonna run in here now. They poop a little bit in here, but because it's just a loose layer, I can pull this off and just change this out and just change the litter boxes without having to do the whole cage. It makes life much easier. I change the whole cage every 4 to 7 days. I try to get at least a week out of it, which seems fairly easy with this type of setup. We also use hay bags. I seen on somebody else's post these little hay bags. I just made mine out of pillowcases, and then cut little holes in there for them to pull the hay out. They are connected with binder clips, and I just easily fill it up. They tend to be my favorite. We were using, let me grab it here, a folded CNC cage, but they were running and Superman jumping into it. I was worried about one of them getting hurt, they were making a huge mess with it. So this is what we use. I like it much better. And on the bottom, of the litter pan, I have a puppy pad. And then we have recycled paper for litter. Oh, I did not put that back proper. I also have their food in the middle of the cage. I free feed them their pellets. They tend not to overeat them, so I'm not too concerned about it. I haven't had a problem yet. In each litter pan, I also have these little granola bars. They make quite a mess, so I keep them in here. And as long as they don't pull them out, the mess stays in the box. As you can tell, my fleece is fairly clean. There's the odd little piece here and there, but not a lot for poop. We have the extra litter box in the corner because I have one that likes to poop and pee in the corner. Since the litter box, though, I don't have any mess hardly ever. Most of the poops that you can see in the hideout are from our new addition over here. She's still kind of picking up on things from the older two. Right now she is getting hay out of a rolled up toilet paper tube filled with hay and little holes cut out of it. She quite enjoys this. I have on the outside of my cage chloroplast here to help with spray. I also have the tarp that's underneath going partway up the wall, if you can see that there. And that is also to catch the spray. I also have sample pallets of vinyl plank flooring. None of them have chewed on it. And as long as they continue to not chew on it, it's been in here for a while, I'll leave them in here. What else? Anywhere that your guinea pig is going to be having lots of accidents, that's where I would suggest putting an extra layer down. And you can quickly, easily just change out that extra layer without having to do the whole cage. All of my hideys have multiple exits out of them. And that's because this new guy only being a week in the cage, I don't want him getting trapped in a corner because it tends to turn into a squabble. So since I've done this, I have no issues. They're all very content, happy. My kids can fit inside this cage. They generally just move the log house out of the way and they all sit down. And the guinea pigs will climb right up in their laps. They can feed them. The pigs will nap with them. They spend quite a bit of time in here with them actually, now that it's large enough for that. There's another one eating there. And as you can see, just zip ties everywhere. This tends to be the easiest way to put it together. I've also made, in case you're taking your pigs out for floor time, I have standard CNC cages, and I've just zip tied them together to make a gate. And you can make these as big or as small as you want, and it just helps me to make a little pen anywhere I need to block off any specific areas, such as under the bed or in your kitchen. It's very handy to have. And that's all I can think of. Fairly quick video just to kind of show. We've tried a few things out. This is what works for me. This makes the piggies happy, the kids are happy, and I have less of a mess.